Hello, my friend. I'm Vasilis coming at you live from this beautiful place here in Phuket, Thailand, just 5 minutes away from my home. And in this video, I want to invite you to come with me, join me to this trip about how was to live the find a job period of my life and what was the experiences I had back then. You probably came to watch this video because you saw the title, If You Don't Get a Job, Don't Come Back Home. And that was the exact phrase my father told me at the age of 18, just as I had finished high school. I had never worked again in my life, like a serious job, getting paid with a salary, having a boss, having shifts every day. That was my first experience. And coming from a middle to low class working family back in Greece, my father, as usual, as all parents, had in his mind that I need to find a job as early as possible as I was young, still young, in order to start getting experience and building some, back time of job experience in order to be able to fill my curriculum vitae. So he did what he thought he was best for me, and that was very good as a lesson right now because I have a lot of things that helped me whole through my whole period of jumping to entrepreneurships that I learned back then. So that was a good, but put yourself into my position as I was 18 years old. I had just finished high school, and my father took me to Athens, the capital of Greece, in a small area called Lifada, near the place that I was living. And he left me there and he said, son, I can't pay you every day. You just finished high school. I can't give it you from my salary. You need to go out there and find a job. And if you don't find a job today, don't come back home. You need to find a job today. So I was like really amazed and surprised because that was my first interaction with a real job. But I didn't know what to do, so I had to go out there and find a job because I didn't have anywhere else to go and I was like 18 years old. So I went from store to store to store, going inside and asking for a job without knowing anyone and nothing. I didn't have any curriculum vitae, CV or something. I didn't have any suggestions. I was just going there and asking for a job. So after about 3 hours of walking, under the sun, it was summer. I remember I had finished high school. Under the sun, temperatures in Greece was like 35 40 degrees Celsius. It's like 80 Fahrenheit or something like this. And I was walking there and I found a job. I finally found a job and I came back home and I was like victorious. I was feeling, yes, I found a job. I made my father proud. Now I can get my own money. I can have my salary, and I was really happy until I went to work to this job because I didn't know what this job would bring to me. So next day I went to this place that I found a job. It was in a fast food store similar to McDonald's in the world, but it's a local chain in Greece. And my position was a cook grill. So what I had to do was to grill the burgers and grill the buns and the bacon and fry the potato chips and clean the machines, the frying machines, and clean all the equipment and devices that were making it the food and prepare the food for the customers. So I went through an extensive training, about 3 months. And I remember that when I got into the real shift, the daily shift schedule, I had to work daily at the night shift because the money was better at the night shift. So I was working 6 to 7 days per week depending on the day offs, and I was working 6 p.m. to 3 or 4 a.m. during the weekdays, and in the weekend I was working 6 p.m. till 6 a.m. in the morning. That was 12 hours. And I remember that I had to finish my shift and stay 2 hours extra every night in order to clean the equipment. I had to clean the frying machines that would have fried oil, boiling hot oil, which was really dangerous to put your hands in there. You had to follow a specific procedure in order to clean those frying machines, to put new oil. And we had several accidents with other people. I was lucky, but other people had their hands burned really bad. I had several scars in my hands here and here and here because, we were trying to finish the job faster, the cleaning thing, to go to sleep, to go home, because the next day we worked again. So I had to finish fast, and I had to make all these things which were really dangerous because it included chemicals that caused cancer. I couldn't smell them. Those chemicals, when you put them on your hand, you had burns, you had scars, you had blood coming from your heads, and we were doing this really fast to go home. We had to refill the refrigerators and the storages, carrying around like 20 kilo, 30 kilo boxes with frozen meat and other stuff. And we had to do all that stuff in about 1 or 2 hours and clean the whole place in order to be ready for the morning shift to come and take over. And that was really, really, really bad because through the whole year that I did this job, my face was full of acne. Even I used medicines, I used antibiotics. Because of the stinking oil and the humid and the temperatures, my face was full of acne all the time. And after this, I had scars, as I told you. My clothes were stinking. No one wanted to be near me for the whole year because that was my job, and I was taking like $600 per month to do all that stuff. So pretty much after 6 months, I understood that that was not how it was supposed to be. And I worked very hard, and I learned a lot of stuff because I had to undergo and follow commands from people that were like 1 or 2 years older than me. They had no degree. They were just like the friends of the manager or the director. So it was pretty like an army situation. And the discipline was really, really hard and demanding. So I tried to climb the ladder, and after 1 year, 18 to 90 years old, I became a supervisor to this place, which was a really, really good promotion for me because I was only 19 years old and I had to take care of a shift of 40 people from 18 to 60 years old, and I had to learn how to gain their respect and their trust, and I had to help them evolve, and I had to be very cautious in order for the customers to eat good food and have no complaint about the store. I had to do the balance sheets, the income outcomes, go to the bank, deposit money, talk with the suppliers, fill the store every day with fresh vegetables. And if something went wrong in the store, that was my problem. And that director would bring like hell on me. So I was doing this every day for 13 to 14 hours. I mean, that was crazy. I remember myself back then that I thought that because I had this, the supervisor tablet here, and the people were like looking at me like their manager, and they were talking to me, yes sir, and yes sir, whatever you want sir. I was feeling like, wow, I'm something super good, great. But I was working 14 hours. I mean, think about it, daily. And I was getting like $700 per month, 750, like $100 more than the previous place to do all these extra responsibilities. And after 1 year, I said, no way, I mean, that can't be all. I had to find something else. So I looked higher, and then I saw that the place of the director of the store, the whole store was like earning $900 per month to be in the store even more time and do even more stuff. And I said, that's not what I want to do in my life. So after this, after 3 years there in total, I had to finally quit because everything was going like wrong. My mindset had started to change, and I couldn't believe that would be my life. I could see people that they had degrees. Like I had a friend back there that he was an architect. He had a very good degree. He could like earn a lot of money. He liked to be adored, to be respected, but without having earned the respect, just because other people had to respect him because he was in this place. And I didn't really like this attitude. So if you're watching this video and you can relate with this, try to understand that the job, just over broke situation in your life, is not a solution. It's not a way out. There are tons of things that you can do for you and your family out there, but you need to make a decision. You need to do something for you. I quit, and then I started to change different job and different job and different job until I finally got released. I made a decision that I would rather starve and don't have money to buy food and live like in a very small house, but I didn't want to work for someone else and have to overgo all these situations in my life. So I found a solution, and after 2 years of hard work, I'm right here, as you see, in this magnificent place, enjoying my life and helping other people like you discover what they want and how they can be successful with their own business. So if you're interested for something like this, go ahead and click the link below the video and we will talk inside. Bye bye.